I've been taking notes of this book. This sounds so fun. I'm almost done. It's so good. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a fall reading vlog. I have a bunch actually of books I want to read this fall. So I wanted to just get through a couple with y'all and talk about my reactions, all of that. So I wanted to read a few books for this reading vlog. I have a bunch of different options. I am currently in the middle of one that I wanted to talk about and finish up. Yeah, we'll just see where this takes us. I'm not exactly sure the books I'm gonna be reading. Depends on how I feel, but they're definitely gonna be fall themed for sure. So I hope y'all enjoy this little reading vlog. The first book on my fall TBR that I want to read, or that I am reading, is Harry Potter. Let me get my copy of it. Okay, so the first book I have that I am almost done with, I wanted to do a Harry Potter reading vlog, but I have not filmed anything. So I figured I'd just go ahead and put it in this little fall reading vlog. So yes, this is the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This was my brother's copy, so we've had this book for years now. You can see how like yellowed the pages are, and it's like barely even opens. I have also been reading this on my Kindle because it's Kindle Unlimited. Like I think the whole series is, which is nice, so I don't have to hold this rickety old book that barely opens. It says on my Kindle that I have an hour left of this book, so I'm going to finish it today. But yeah, I just wanted to film my reactions and, you know, have this in a video at least of me talking about it, because I have always wanted to read Harry Potter and I'm actually really enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would enjoy it. I don't know what I really thought. I just didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I am. If this were a book that had just come out, I know that all of these book girlies would be talking about this book. I am enjoying this book way more than some of the fantasy books that are very hyped up right now. Not naming any names, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I will say that I have watched the movies, so I think this book is very similar to the movies. I know people say like once you get farther in, they're not very similar. There's definitely more in the books, of course, like any series would be. There's definitely always going to be more detail and more parts in the books than they can make in movies and TV shows, but pretty much for this one, I think it's very similar to the movie, the first movie. So in that regard, like I do feel like I'm just reading about what I have watched before. But I mean, I didn't remember like a lot of the characters, like who they were. I know just like the premise, like the basics, but I didn't know anything about the Sorcerer's Stone or anything like that. And so I've definitely had so much fun reading this book, but also already loving these characters and knowing things that happen to them in the future. It's really fun. Highly enjoying this book. I realized how many characters. I feel like this book has so many characters. So I've been having to take notes. I've been taking notes of this book. I think I might become a little bit of a Harry Potter nerd. I really think so. Like I want all the merch. I want to read all of the books and then watch all of the movies. It's just such a well thought out series, I feel like. I don't know, I could ramble, but I don't think any of it would make sense. And since I don't know much about Harry Potter, I don't want to like make people mad at me. Yes, this is the first book that I'm going to be reading for this little fall reading vlog. I am almost done with it, but I did want to make sure that I included it, because how could you not? We're gonna finish reading this. I don't know what I want to do after this. I don't know if I want to jump into another Harry Potter book. I think I need to finish this other series. I don't know, I'm all over the place, but this is what I need to be doing right now, is reading this. So I did finish Harry Potter. It took me so long. I feel like I say that literally about every book because I think I'm just a slow reader. But normally I'll have a day where I'm like, I am so close to finishing this book. I'm not going to do anything else until I finish it. Well, I had multiple days where I said that and then I didn't end up doing it. Like last night, I had like an hour and like 30 minutes left of the book, like on my Kindle. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Sat down on the couch, 48 hours was on the screen, and I was too invested. I was too invested in the murder mysteries. I couldn't, like the true crime, I could not read. Even though it was like still really entertaining. I just like had multiple times where I was like, okay, I'm too tired. I don't know. Life just got in the way basically. But I finally finished. Very much enjoyed it. I rated it a 4 stars just because I would say it's like a 4.5. It was very good. it didn't give me that 5-star feeling. I think probably because I already knew what happened and, you know, was going to happen and everything for the most part, but I still very much enjoyed it, and it made me realize how much I didn't know about Harry Potter, how much I didn't remember happened and everything, just because it wasn't something I'd watched like a bunch of times or anything like that. It's like I watched it and I really enjoyed it at the time. I haven't watched a Harry Potter movie in the last 10 years or so, probably not 10 years, maybe, I don't even know. I remember watching like the last couple of them in theaters. I remember doing that very vividly, and so I think like the older ones, like the first couple ones, I probably watched at my house at some point, but I very much don't remember. I just know I've seen them. I have a very bad memory with stuff like that, like anything from like childhood movies or anything like that, I cannot remember for the life of me, but very much enjoyed it, and I'm so excited to continue this series at some point. I'm not going to immediately continue it because I have so many other like fall, like Halloween books that I want to read in October. I'm classifying this as just fall books, so I have time to get through these books, and I'm very excited to, but I do need to switch it over and read some other things before then. So I know what I want to read, but I don't think I should because I have so many books on my physical TBR, and I literally want to read a book that is on Kindle Unlimited that I don't even own. So let's go through our options. So the book on my Kindle that I kind of am leaning towards reading is Butcher and Blackbird, I think it's called. I just think I'd really enjoy it, honestly. It just sounds right up my alley. I don't know much about it other than it's like 2 serial killers and it's like a funny rom-com about 2 serial killers. I don't know, it just sounds like fun. I really liked the Mind F series. I just like stuff like that, so I feel like I would like it, but it just seems like I shouldn't be reading anything on my Kindle since I have so many physical books to read, and I literally just bought another one today. I've opened 3 different packages, 1 box set of books, another book, and another book in the last 24 hours. That's a whole 6 books. I've gotten 6 new books, and I just want to read this. That's what it looks like. You can see it. Butcher and Blackbird. I really like the cover of it, but I looked on Amazon, it's like $15 for the book, so I'm like, oh, I don't know if I need it, especially when I get it free on Kindle Unlimited. It says, when a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers Sloane and Rowan, the two find something elusive, the friendship of a like-minded pitch black soul. From small town West Virginia to upscale California, from downtown Boston to rural Texas, the two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something more, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. Can Rowan and Sloane dig themselves out of a game of graves, or have they finally met their match? This sounds so fun. It's also a trilogy. I think it's gonna be a trilogy, so that's another aspect of it. It's like then I'm gonna have to wait for like the rest of the books, but yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be really good. I've heard good things about it so far. But the other book that I might read is The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. This is the second book to the Truly Devious series. So I read the first one like last week, I think, but I want to make sure that I go ahead and read it soon because I cannot have it to where I go so long without reading it and then I forget everything, because I remember thinking like there are so many different moving parts to this story. I have to go into it soon. But for some reason I just don't really, I mean, like I want to, but I'm not sure if this is what I'm really in the mood for, because it's like this book is in the back of my mind. I think what I'm gonna do, also I wanted to talk about this. This is not really a contender right now because I'm not very much like thinking about a romance, and I know this is like, there's definitely like literary fiction, like personal growth type of things in there, but I know it's like, you know, marketed as a romance, and I'm not really feeling a romance. But I got this book, I literally bought it yesterday and it arrived today on Amazon, and I'm so excited about it. I've heard so many good things. Literally all of the book girlies are loving this book, so I had to read it and giving fall vibes. So I am getting stressed because I have so many fall books that I wanted to read. I was thinking about reading the whole ACOTAR series in the fall. Now I'm reading a Harry Potter series. I'm starting so many series and I have so many books on my list for the fall. I'm like, I need to read faster. I need to get through these books. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to read this book because I know I should. I'm only gonna read a few chapters tonight because it's way past my bedtime already and I need to take a bath still and get comfortable and relax because I just finished all my homework. I think I'm gonna try to read this, see if I'm like into it, and if I'm not, that's fine. I'll just switch over to Butcher and Blackbird. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start this. Hello. I love how I film at the literal worst times. I'm all lathered up. I've got some Neosporin on my face. I've got a pimple patch. I'm just gonna be honest. Might as well address the elephant in the room. I am so cozy right now. I hope you can hear the rain because I feel like it adds to the coziness. I am going to sit here and read some of my book, and I might try to do it to where you can hear the rain, like just literal raw footage of me reading. Hopefully you enjoy and it's relaxational. Probably should talk about my book though. I'm still reading The Vanishing Stair. I've been reading this book for so long because I'm not enjoying it whatsoever. I swear, like, the books I enjoy, I fly through them for myself, like, as opposed to me what I normally read. I fly through them, but it does not feel like I'm flying through it, you know, like it feels like I'm enjoying all of it. And with this, I'm not flying through it and it feels like it's taking forever, but it's like I'm halfway through, and I hate to do that because I already have the other book, and what if this ending is like really good and I'm like, okay, like I've really gotten enthralled in the last half of this. And it's not that it's bad, it is good. Something about it, I think I just don't care enough. Like, I just am not super interested. It's just there's not a lot of dialogue. Like, look, that's half the page, just words right there. It kind of gets blurred in my brain when it's like so many words in one little thing. It's just like it's harder for me to focus on which line I'm on and everything. I'm gonna try to get into this. I'm on page 176, chapter 12. It's not that it's bad, it is good. It's just I'm not really caring. Like, I'm not really entertained. I don't really care. I'm not dying to read more of it. I'm just like, okay, that was fine. I'm gonna read a little bit, hopefully get a little bit more engaged. It's 10:30 right now. I gotta go to bed soon, but I need to read some of this book because I want to finish it tomorrow. But yeah, I want to at least get to page 200 today, which is not that much. I'm on 176, so I could do that. I just finished. I'm so happy. I just finished my courses for this session. I take 7-week sessions. I take 2 classes at a time. So I'm normally taking like 4 classes a semester, but 2 classes at a time, if that makes sense. So I just finished my classes, so I'm so happy because I get like a week off. I am very excited to not have to think about school for a week. It goes by so fast, but any little break will do because I didn't get a summer break or anything, so I need these little breaks in between. But I have not been updating y'all on my book, and it's so sad because I'm almost done. I cannot believe this, actually, like the fact that I have literally this much to read and I haven't finished it yet. Like, normally if I have like a big chunk, I'll just sit down and like binge it. Things have been happening. I've been so busy. The braid's lost. My end of session has come, so I had to do a little bit more work than normal. But yeah, so I feel like a lot of it's happened and I've just been distracted, but I'm so excited because I think this next week I'll be able to get a lot of reading done. I am going to read this little chunk. I have like 20 pages left, I think. And yeah, I just found out who the person is that is responsible. It was pretty shocking. Like, never did I think it was that person. So yeah, and it's kind of funny because it's like you see that Stevie finds out who this person is, and then the chapter's done and you don't know who it is, and then it goes to like the flashback at the time of it actually happening years and years ago. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything, but this is getting good. But I'm thinking, like, I don't even even know what the last book is going to be about. I'll probably find out by the end. I'm not sure when I'm going to read that book because these books for some reason are not like my favorite. I definitely had a lot more fun with this one than I did with the last one, but it's still like I'm skimming at parts. I'm not really like fully invested. I don't really love the characters. I think that's what it is. Like I don't really love the characters very much, so I'm not really like super interested, but I think it is a good story. I'd say that much. I think just like the writing style is not my favorite. I like the concept a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna get in the bath. It's like all my videos, I'm like, I'm just gonna get in the bath and I will let you know how I'm feeling about the ending because it's coming. Finished, and wow, that ending was so crazy, and like the explanation of things, like I already knew who did it, but it was like explaining more even though we don't know all of it. Like I just love when things are so well thought out, and this series is very well thought out, and there's riddles and stuff which are really confusing, but I love like when they explain everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense, and like how did somebody come up with this? Yes, I really liked it. I don't know if it's a 3 or if it's a 4 because for a lot of it I wasn't like super intrigued or anything. I was enjoying it, but I wasn't loving it, even though the ending was very good, and I'm very excited for the 3rd book whenever I get the chance to read it. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm thinking like 3 on Goodreads, but like a 3.5, or should I do a 4 on Goodreads but it's really a 3.5. I really liked The Vanishing Stair, and I love how like now I know what this means, what the title means after reading the whole thing. I think next I'm gonna be reading The Kiss Curse, Erin Sterling, I think her name is. I probably won't start that book until tomorrow because oh my gosh, it's literally almost 12 o'clock, so I probably shouldn't start another book tonight. But yeah, that's my next read because I definitely want to read that book in October, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it tomorrow. I'm so glad I finished this and I really enjoyed it. I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hello guys, I feel like it's been a while since I filmed last, maybe about a week. I'm not sure if I told y'all what my new book was, but as I'm about to finish it, figured might as well talk about it a little bit. After The Vanishing Stair, I picked up The Kiss Curse this whole week. It's Sunday right now. I've been reading this book all week and I got to like 20%, and so I was like, I need to speed through this book a little more. Like I think I just like wasn't reading as much this week. I didn't feel very motivated to pick it up, and I feel like that was because until like the 50% mark it really felt like not much of like a witchy spooky book. It just felt like a romance book, rom-com type of thing. Now that we're getting into the witchy stuff, it's gotten really good and I really have been enjoying it. Yeah, I'm gonna continue reading this. I think I was at like Vito is losing his mind. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You dropped it. It's right here. I don't know how much I read today, but I've read a lot today. I think I was literally at like 20% or something. I was on page like 90 and now I'm on page 180. So yeah, I've read a good bit today, but I'm gonna try and finish this book up. It says I have like 2.5 hours left on Kindle. So I want to try to go ahead and finish it so I can pick something else. So The Ex-Hex was the other book, and this one follows the girl's cousin and then the guy's brother. And the guy, Wells, he moves to this small little town in Gravesglen, Georgia, and he wants to like open a shop, but then the cousin Gwen gets upset because she also has a shop that's the same type of like witchy stuff, and so then they're kind of like bickering about that. And I felt like the beginning part was a lot just about that, and it felt like not very Halloween-y like the other book did, but this one, but it's definitely getting better. Like now this character was introduced that's like very mysterious, and they're thinking that this person or this like group of people has potential to take over the town, or they have to basically protect the town. That's all I really know is right now is that there's these suspicious people, and I think that they're bad and they need to protect their town. I don't think it's as good as The Ex-Hex though. Like The Ex-Hex was really good, and like I found it like very funny, just like very entertaining the whole time. This feels less substance, even though I really am enjoying the characters, probably because I already enjoyed the X-Hex so much. I like being back in the world, just doesn't feel as good as the first book. Yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and read and try to finish this book. I feel like I'm reading this book so fast. Started reading at 9, it's now 10:15. I am 80 something percent done with it. Yeah, I'm exactly 80% done with it, and I have like 60 more pages to go, I think. I feel like I'm really flying through this. Like, it normally takes me a long time, but I've read majority of this book today. Like, I think I was on like 90 or something, and I've read like all of that today, which is really good for me because I feel like I'm such a slow reader. I was gonna say that I think it really does help to read on my Kindle a lot of the time because I'm not really worrying about like checking exactly how many pages I have left and everything, because I feel like that way it goes by slower than when I'm just scrolling through and not even paying attention, and then I realize how much I've gotten done. At this point, I do have the little thing on though that says like how many hours I have left, because I know I'm gonna finish it. So that's been fun to see it count down. I have an hour and 20 minutes left. Hopefully it'll be a little less than that, give or take. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's so cute. There's definitely a bunch of spicy scenes, which I'm liking that I can just skip through. It's saving me some pages because I don't care to read that. Just kind of cringes me out. So I'm skipping those. It's nice that we've had like multiple of those scenes so I can just literally skip a whole chapter. But besides that, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I am still sus about this lady, but we will see how that goes. I like that this book and the X-Hex, like, they both have another plot line going at the same time that is like the witchy vibe, instead of it being solely about their romance, because I'm just not really a fan of like solely romance books. I like that there's like the subplot of the witchy stuff happening in the town. I'm also enjoying that this book is set in Georgia because I live in Georgia, and it's just funny because I don't think I've read another book where the person lives in Georgia. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. I'm gonna finish this. I'm not sure what my final thoughts will be. We will find out though. I have 40 minutes left, it says. I'm 90% through and I'm on page 277. Well, I guess 278 now. And why are there so many plot twists? I'm eating this up way more than I thought I would be, but I'm loving it. You think one thing? Boom. No. I'm really liking this. It's way more exciting than I initially thought it would be. I only have the tiniest bit left. And it's so good. Like, literally left, right, up, down. It's wild. I feel like Erin Sterling also does a great job of like descriptions and like describing the fall scenery. Like, she makes the book feel very cozy in that way. Wells was talking about like missing the college experience like at Gravesglen, and he said, but once I got back, I found myself thinking about it at the strangest times. I'd be walking down the sidewalk in Dwinenade and remembered the way the leaves blew across campus, how pretty all that green grass looked with the red brick. I don't know. I feel like she's good at making descriptions, making it feel like nostalgic in a way. Yay! Finished The Kiss Curse. Loved it. I really enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. To be honest, I was having thoughts of DNFing it, and I'm so glad that I didn't because it was very good. It was a very good story. So yes, 4 stars. It wasn't anything like too special. It didn't give me a 5-star feeling, but I really thoroughly enjoyed this book. Once I really started getting into it, I was having a really good time with it. I'm not sure if I liked it more than the X-Hex, but that might just be because like I read that one first, so I am a little biased about it, but I still really enjoyed this one as well. So highly recommend. Very good. Good for the fall, October, Halloween times. Now I'm going to get ready for bed. So it's like 11 something. It's like 11:30. I gotta take my bath and go to sleep. But I'm so glad that I finished that. I'm so proud of myself. I've read like most of that book today. I do not know what I'm reading next or if I'm reading anything else in this video. This might be it. We'll see.